huge lead. Very short. Not much as he's marked down at the 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. Coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Holmes now on first down. Complete. The tight end Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas. They are able to strike first here on their opening drive. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 20. Benjamin's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
I don't know how bad Los Angeles is here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They're doing really bad. How do you let Pittsburgh
to throw is Rivers?
And they don't have a tornado, and they don't have
nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Colin Saunders, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
The backup don't look that bad. Like right when Patrick got hurt.
Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Gordon happy to be back in the fold after reporting to the Chargers on September 26th. You know, the fan base is happy to have Melvin Gordon back as well. Week 5, his first game back, 12 carries, 31 yards. And he certainly figures to be the bell cow in that backfield for the Chargers going forward. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 30, the 20. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Kansas City's offense coming back onto the field, and they are doing so at 4-1. As we discussed earlier in the broadcast, a really surprising loss in Week 5 at home to Indianapolis, 19-13. And now 2-5 in primetime games the last couple of years, so they haven't been good under the bright lights, which is really where you would assume this crew would excel. But next up, they'll be home again to face the Texans, at the Broncos on a Thursday night, and then home again against Green Bay. So a couple of tough ones in there. And one interesting note, they snapped a streak of 25 straight games with 25 points or more when they only put up 13 against Indianapolis. On first down, Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Mahomes. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 22 yards there, a first down.
And on the car with the country, make sure you go subscribe to my country's channel.
Now play fake here on first down. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Neil Sterling there to make the grab. And that's Charles, 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rivers. That time Juan Thornhill, the rookie from Virginia, batting it away. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, Rivers. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
21-0 our score after 1.
390.
From the 36, Rivers complete. It's Henry. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Wait, 89.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Last year's MVP, Patrick Mahomes, leading the Chiefs for their next possession. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 44, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go. Do it.
Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing it.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them all back.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official said, and oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage. This time a sack. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. From the gun, Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This is taken at his 4.
I would play 4 right now,
It'll
but
bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on the short pass.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown.
no.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
To throw again on second down. Rivers, and he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Rivers gets it to Gordon. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a minute to go before halftime.
Yeah.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers, he completes it to Henry. 22 in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. Now Rivers, able to get this to Gordon. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll throw again. Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Look at the big man rumble. The 30. Past the 20. Brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense.
Get off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
My brother's
going to play now. And a timeout called by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because
what? Talk to them. Talk to YouTube. Talk to them. Okay. Say, I'm Caleb Brothers.
You're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Actually, hi. I said hi. Yeah.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Yeah.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his right.
Want to play with him later? Yeah. Before I go to my dad's house? Huh? Before I go to my dad's house? Yeah. Can we play now? Well, it has to update. Here, let me see. While Mom's talking, I can play with you. And then I can go back. No, that's not fun. Our internet is really slow, baby. It is? Bro, I tried to download Apex. I downloaded ESPN and now it's fast. What quarterback do you think's better? Patrick Mahomes or Philip Rivers? Which one do you? Patrick Mahomes. Huh? Patrick Mahomes better. No, Patrick Mahomes over there. Look. Oh, they don't have it, dang it. They don't have camera. Go to point. Why did I write my name? I didn't write that, someone did. Why? I don't know. She wrote, Cam was here. What? She wrote Cameron. Cam was here over there. They have good at school? Yeah. School starts early. You get to get some sleep, but you go into school late today. I was gonna go wake you up, but mom normally tells me don't wake you up when she's here, and I didn't want to wake you up. So. Hi, Nana. Were you late for school today?
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again.
It's not good, but like
afternoon continues.
Super late.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Sorry.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You got to do with this then.
Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Watch out for Hill on the return. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in a situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football, but as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards. Great elusiveness and speed, and the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Room here to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And they will finally get him to the ground as he's forced to tuck it and take the sack. Off the draw, here's Williams. Shrugs him off. He's to the 10, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. 25 yards to the house as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chargers getting set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Mike 50. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
All day, every day, any day.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Rivers now. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Throwing Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now here's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. All the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 35 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw on second down. Rivers.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Flush to, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
1st down, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long for Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Tackle made by Thomas Davis. 2nd and 5 now. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Muscles him off. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Chiefs!
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it was 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Rivers, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Rivers. Got his man. It's Williams. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know. We'll
your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some.
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Rivers to throw it. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And another tackle broken. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.